I have lost 50 kilos, and I used to be a data scientist working the corporate life in London, but now I'm an online coach working from Bali, this beautiful country here, and I want to share with you 8 habits that you need to do on a daily basis if you want to lose weight. And stick around for habit number 6, because that one is often overlooked but incredibly important. Number 1, hydration. Your body is 70% made up of water. And so if you're not drinking enough water, you're just setting yourself up for failure. The reason why I put it first is because people just forget to drink water. Water is constantly leaving your body because you're sweating, you're pissing, you're doing all this thing. If you're not replenishing it, your body's going to go into a state where you start craving things because your body is not getting what it needs. And because of that, you start feeling hungry and you start craving carbs and you start craving food that you don't really need, like salt. And then you end up overeating. And so what you want to do as soon as you wake up is drink half a litre to a litre of water, because throughout the night you're losing loads of water. After that, you want to continuously drink water throughout the day. In your workouts, when you're working, when you're walking, just have a bottle with you and drink water. There's a book called Atomic Habits, and the book is a great book if you want to lose weight. I definitely recommend it. In this book, it says that if you want to build habits, you need to make the habits easy and accessible. And so if you are trying to lose weight and you don't have a water bottle, to be honest, if you're just trying to live a life and you don't have a water bottle, then you're probably going to under-drink water. So get yourself a water bottle and just make sure that you're continuously drinking water throughout the day to keep yourself satiated, to keep yourself energized, and I guarantee it's going to help you on your weight loss journey. Habit number 2, have regular meal times. So when I was younger, I used to eat all day, and I'm not even joking. I would start the day with a bowl of cereal, and this bowl of cereal would be full of 5 different cereals. You have Crave Cinnamon Grains, Cocoa Pops, Cocoa Shreddies, and to top it off, some Honey Nut Crunch. After that, 2 hours later, I'd have a Nutella sandwich, maybe an angel cake at break. They're only 30p, so it's worth it at the time. Then I would have my lunch. 2 hours after that, I'd have, not even 2 hours, maybe 30 minutes after that, I'd have a packet of crisps. Go home, have some chow roll, which is an Indian little snack, and then for dinner, I'd have a big dinner. And I was just eating throughout the day. And so something that I had to unlearn over the last few years is the need and the belief that I needed to eat all the time. And when I moved out in London to a place called Tooting, I live with my friends, and I noticed that one of my friends is in good shape. He's always been in great shape, and one of the things that I noticed is that he just has regular meal timings, and it was actually mind-blowing to me at the time. I was like, bloody hell, like, it sounds so simple and sounds so trivial, but it's something that I needed to actually see and observe, to actually internalize into my own daily habits. And that's why I'm sharing it with you now, is that, like, have a regular meal time, maybe have 3 meals per day, maybe a snack in between, and don't eat in between the meals. Don't snack, because often snacks are hyper palatable. You want to eat lots of them, they're calorie dense, and that is what stops us from losing weight. Think about it. 8 cashews are 100 calories, and I could smash 100 cashews, and I don't even know how many calories that is. The point here is that if I were to continuously just go to the kitchen, grab a few nuts, and then do that a few times throughout the day, I could easily add 500 to 1,000 calories to my day, taking me outside of my calorie deficit, and that would squash all the chances of me smashing my fat loss goals and getting the body of my dreams. Number 3, eat whole foods. This is the thing that took me a while to figure out. So when I first started dieting, right, I would just eat this massive, so this is at night, after my full day of food, I would save 500 calories and I have this massive protein ball. This protein bowl would be protein pudding, protein pancake, soy protein balls, frozen berries, which is probably the only healthy thing in there, or good thing in there, unprocessed thing in there, I should say. I'd put loads of sugar-free vanilla syrup on there, and I'd think that because I was hitting my calorie target and because I was hitting my protein target, I was still being healthy. But the fact of the matter is that I wasn't. Firstly, I shouldn't have been eating that much food before I went to sleep, like literally right before I went to sleep. Probably not the best for my sleep, because I'm just digesting all that food whilst I'm sleeping. But secondly, like, there's so many processes that happen when our body tries to digest food, if you think about it, right? It's not just some simple process where we turn food into energy. And so the more nutrients that you can give it, especially when you're in a calorie deficit, especially when you're under eating on purpose to lose body fat, the better you're gonna feel, the more energy you're gonna have, the faster you're gonna recover, the more muscle you're gonna build. And all of that is going to allow you to look better, okay? And that is what the goal is here. And so although some if it fit your macros bros will say, yeah, you can still lose weight in a deficit, what we're talking about here is overall health and overall feeling, and how sustainable is this deficit. If you're eating McDonald's every single day but still hitting your calorie target, yes, you might lose weight, but it's not going to be the best way to do it, and you're not going to be as happy as possible. In fact, there's a fact that I'm not completely clear on, but a lot of our receptors for serotonin, which is the happiness hormone, are in our gut. And so if you can just feed your gut with plants, whole food ingredients, single food ingredients, you're just going to be happier. So eat whole foods. Number 4, track calories. I can't stress this enough. If you want to lose weight, you got to track calories. I don't care. The reason for this is because, number 1, if you've gone from a state of constantly gaining weight, then you probably don't have an idea of what's in food. I'll give you an example. When I was fat, I would go and I would have a Nando's wrap with, at the time I was vegetarian, so it would have mushroom and halloumi, so it's probably about 600, 700 calories. I'd have peri-peri chips, which is 450 calories now. And then I would have garlic bread, which would be 362 calories, so 1,400 calories roughly. I'd then, after that, go and have Baskin Robbins, which would probably be another 1,000 calories because I'd have 2 scoops, a chocolate fudge brownie, and some hot fudge sauce. And so that whole meal, that in one sitting, would be 2,300 calories, which now is a little bit more than my whole day's target. And that was the reason why I was fat. When you track calories, every time that you track, you gain an awareness of what is in your food, and that makes you make better decisions, especially when you're traveling, especially when you can't exactly track calories. It gives you the knowledge and the skill to be able to do that. And it gives you this long-term ability to manage your nutrition and manage your meals. And so whenever you can, especially at the beginning of your journey, track calories just to gain the awareness, but also you're going to get data on whether you're over-consuming, under-consuming, and because of that, you can make sensible and logical changes to your diet, and which will allow you to lose weight in a sustainable way. It's also going to allow you to track protein. I think protein is one of the things that is so overlooked as a strategy to lose weight, right? Because there are studies that show that 2 people with the same number of calories, the one with a higher protein will lose more fat and build more muscle. And so if that's one thing that you can do to improve your diet, then do that. And the only way that you can understand really how much protein you're eating, unless you're eating chicken all the time, is to track your protein. And you can do that by tracking calories and tracking your macros in an app. And that is the second point, the 5th point that I wanted to make is eat protein. It's going to fill you up, it's going to satiate you, it's going to allow you to build muscle, and it's going to allow you to burn more calories. When I was growing up, I didn't eat any protein. Like, I was in a vegetarian household, and sometimes we just have like rice for dinner. And looking back, it's just like so silly because you're just missing out on the most important thing that your body needs, which is going to allow you to build your bones, build your muscle, grow your hair, build your nails. And then loads of Indians will complain about all these health problems, but obviously they have health problems because they're just not eating the right foods. So eat your protein. Number 6, resistance training. So a few years ago, my mum was constantly trying to lose weight, and she'd always say, oh, I can't lose weight, I'm doing everything, I'm tracking my calories, whatever. She wasn't doing everything, by the way. And then eventually, like, me and my brother were on this weight loss journey as well, and we used to say, like, you know what to do because we're doing it and we're being successful. And she'd just have these mental blocks, which people have, and I understand, limiting beliefs and whatnot. But eventually she pulled the pin and she went to the gym. And ever since that day where she went to the gym, everything changed. Firstly, the simple act of just doing resistance training, something good for your body, is going to make you eat better, it's going to make you want to eat more protein, it's going to make you want to improve your diet because now you're actually putting in the work and you're like, if I don't put in the work with my diet, then all of that work that I'm doing in the gym is not worth it. So that's number 1. But more than that, like, resistance training helps you build muscle, and building muscle burns calories. So you resistance train today for an hour. For 48 hours after this resistance training, after you've gone and pumped heavy iron and you've lifted weights and you've got stronger, you're going to be burning more calories. And because of that, it makes weight loss so much easier. It makes fat loss so much easier. And so if you're not lifting weights and you want to lose weight, then you're literally just missing out on one of the key components to losing weight. I know I said this is a daily habit video. You don't have to lift weights daily. 3 or 4 times a week is a really good place to start, even 2 times. And if you're not even doing that and you're finding that a struggle, then just go once. But go and lift weights and it will change your life. By the way, my mum is 55 years old. And she now leg presses 130 kilos. If you're going to say, oh, I'm too old to get into the gym or I don't know how to, then you can just learn, okay? There's loads of YouTube videos online. Comment down below if you're struggling with it and I'll help you out. Like, it is so important that you need to just make it a necessity for your life and just get rid of these limiting beliefs that we have. And as a result, something that I want to stress is that my mum used to not be able to really walk to the top of the road without getting out of breath, and same as my dad. Over the last 2 weeks, they've just been going to the gym 2 or 3 times per week. And they've been getting stronger, they've been improving on their lifts. And because of that, we've been able to go and travel, go and do cool things with them because they are now fitter, they are more healthy, they are stronger. And we wouldn't have been able to do that if they didn't start this lifting journey that they started a couple years back. Number 7, walking. When I was younger, if I had to go get like some milk from the shop, I would literally drive for 2 minutes down the road to the local petrol station, pick up the milk and drive back. But the thing is, humans were built to walk. There's a study of the Hadza tribe. The Hadza tribe is a tribe in Tanzania, and they are the closest tribe to hunter-gatherers. And if you think about our bodies and the way in which they're developed and the amount of time that we've been in this modern world where we're sedentary, it's very small compared to the time that we were hunter-gatherers. And so looking at the way that they live life is a really good benchmark for the way that we should try and live our life, or the habits that we should try and integrate into our life. And the Hadza tribe walk for 20 miles a day, which is crazy, and that is probably unfeasible. However, it is incredibly possible to integrate more walks into your life just to make you feel healthier. It burns calories without impacting your recovery. It burns calories without impacting your lift, so you can still continue to get stronger. It's pretty low effort. You can socialize. Me and my dad, when I was at home, at 8 a.m, he'd finished like doing his morning routine, and he'd come over to my desk and he'd just give me like a little head nod. And every day we'd go for this walk. And it was so nice because we'd have a chat, we'd catch up, we'd bond over this walk. And if we didn't have that time where we were walking to chat and catch up, we probably would never have done that, because we're not just going to sit at home and just chat over a cup of tea at 8 a.m. in the morning, right? But having that walk there allowed us to socialize and allowed us to bond. And so getting into the daily habit of walking on your own with your friends, whilst you're listening to podcasts, whilst you're listening to audiobooks, is such a great way to relax and burn calories and improve on your weight loss. And number 8, and this is the final one, which is super important, and it is to monitor your progress. One of the things that a lot of my clients as well, that I see them missing out on, is taking progress photos, measuring their weight. They just say, oh yeah, I forgot. But I can't stress how important this is, because you can't manage what you don't measure, right? I've been doing 75 hard recently. It's 2 workouts per day, it's a gallon of water every day, 10 pages per day, clean meals. And one of the other things is progress photos. And I'm able to look at progress photos over the week and see my body improving and my body shape changing, and that is motivating. When you take progress photos so consistently, it's like a daily reminder that you're on this journey and that you're losing weight. And because of that daily reminder, everything else feels more effortless, because you're just like conditioning your brain to think in a certain way and to behave in a certain way. And so I can't stress how important it is to step on the scale every single day and measure weight. It's going to make you aware of fluctuations that happen. So when you go out for a meal, you have some extra carbs, you have some extra salt, you have some pasta. Because of that, your weight will go up, but it makes you aware of that. And then you can detach from the scale weight, and you can not let that impact your decisions emotionally, because you see that it goes up after every time that you eat out. But more than that, it's also going to show you the trends and allow you to make changes to your diet based on what's on the scale. If you see your scale going up massively, then you know you probably need to eat less. It's the same with progress photos. When you look at progress photos and you take them every day or every 2 weeks or every week, whatever it is, you see that progress, that motivates you, you end up making more progress because you see your body literally changing. And when the scale doesn't change and you look at your progress photos and they have improved, that shows you that the scale weight isn't the be all and end all, and you can still continue on your journey without feeling deflated. So there's so many benefits to having the habit of monitoring your metrics, so that you stay motivated, you're looking at the right things, and you continue to make progress on your weight loss journey. Look, if you like this video, check out my other video, which is a full guide on how to lose 40 kilos. It's got everything in there. And yeah, best of luck on your journey. And remember, become the person that you want to be.